These are the Spectacles 3 by Snap. Now, you probably know the Spectacles from the whole viral campaign they did a little while ago, back in 2017, with the first version of these. Basically, they had these vending machines that popped up all over the world, and you had to go to one of these vending machines to buy them. And the hype stayed around for about a month before it just completely died off. These are the third generation of them, and they were released about 2 years ago. And honestly, I think these may well be some of the most underrated tech of the last 3 years for a number of reasons. But there were just a few points with this product particularly that just made it that it wasn't viable for the mainstream audience. And we're going to talk about that today, because I've got my hands on a pair, as we can see here. These are the mineral ones. I didn't pay full price for these, and I don't recommend anyone does. These are normally $380, and I really don't think they're worth that. However, I think they are potentially the most interesting look into the future of augmented reality and wearable tech moving forwards. So without further ado, let's get unboxing and check out exactly what we get with the Spectacles 3. It is probably worth noting this is not going to be a full review. I actually bought these because I'm off on holiday in a couple of weeks to Turkey. So I wanted to take these with me to really put them through their paces, capturing as much video and photo footage as I could with the Spectacles. But without further ado, let's get these onto the table and get them unboxed. So here we are with the box. Now, I know what you're thinking, this is a pretty big box for a pair of sunglasses, and that's because it's got some extra special stuff in it as well. You'll have to ignore some of the scuffs on the box, these are second hand, but we can see along the top, we've got the word Spectacles etched into the top. As noted, this is the mineral version. They did also do it in a black, but I decided that actually these looked better on me than the black ones did. So we can see on the bottom we've got all of the information about it, if I put it the right way around. We can see the Snapchat logo, because this is built to work with Snapchat only, and we've also got it to work with iPhones and Androids as well, so no matter what phone you've got, you won't have to worry. Let's go ahead and peel off the top cover here, and we can see an engraving of the glasses. So these things are retail for $330. The first set and second set of these retail for around $130, I believe. So this is a big price jump, and you're probably wondering why it was such a big price jump. And actually it's because of the premium materials that they used to make them. So right off the top, we've got the charging case with the glasses in. We'll drop that off to the side for the moment because we want to have a look at what else we get. Of course, we do get the charging cable, so let's just take a look at that. It is just a USB-C to a USB-A charging cable, and all of the instruction manuals as well as a nice little cleaning cloth there. So let's drop off the instruction manuals to the side, have a really quick look at that charging cable. It's nothing particularly exciting, USB-A to USB-C. And if we peel off this layer here, we actually see something a little more interesting, and that is a 360 or 3D viewer. This is just a Google Cardboard, and you're probably wondering why with a pair of glasses you would get a 3D viewer. Well, that's actually because the Snapchat Spectacles V3 come with 2 cameras to enable 3D video. And this is pretty exciting stuff, I've got to admit. Let's go ahead and just open it up and take a look at the 3D viewer. It's nothing particularly exciting or entertaining. It is just a Google Cardboard. That's the Google Cardboard all built up there. Your phone just sits in the front and allows you to view all of the content that you create in 3D. Let's go ahead and push it out of the way and take a look at the case. So this is certainly the more female version or oriented version of the Spectacles. The black was more for the males, but honestly I kind of just like the colour of this. I'm going to just focus in there on this little notch in the corner, and we can see that little Spectacles logo. It doesn't really do anything, it's just a nice little accent on the case. On this side we have a USB-C charging port, and as we open it up, we're going to see the Spectacles logo along the top, and the glasses themselves, as well as a battery life indicator. Let's get a nice close up on that there. So let's take the glasses out and take a look at that hard shell case. So we can see that in the back here, this is where your battery is going to be, and there's enough charge in this to recharge the sunglasses around 4 times. But once we're done with it, it's still quite a big bulky case. So what we can do is just push, and it turns into this much smaller, much more compact case that we can put away and put into our bag or even pocket. This is a much bigger advantage over the Gen 1 and Gen 2 version of these, because those cases were just unwieldy. Anyway, let's move that out of the way and take a look at the sunglasses themselves. Now, I think these are very much going to polarize people. Most people don't particularly like the look of them, and I think you have to be very fashion oriented to like the look of these, and I'll obviously get some video of them on my face in a bit. This is the mineral colour, as I've mentioned, but we see the two cameras here, and I'd say it's like a muted rose gold. Certainly not just for females. I would actually say that this design is probably very good for a unisex. We can actually see the two buttons, one on each side. Tapping it once will start a 10-second video, whereas holding it down will take a photo. And we can also press this down 6 times to capture up to 60 seconds of footage. So we're seeing the two cameras here. This allows for all of that nice 3D stuff, including the video and the photos. It captures a lot of depth information as well, which helps with some of the AR filters that you can apply to the glass or to your footage after the fact. One thing these are definitely not is AR glasses, because there's no screen. We can't actually see anything other than our real world through these sunglass lenses. We don't see any augmentation. All of that augmentation happens after the fact within the Snapchat app, and we can apply the normal filters like we would. So the actual look of these on my face I really like. I think they probably could have been a little less out there with their design, and it's probably not going to be to everyone's taste, but we can just see how thin they are, particularly to house the batteries and all of that tech. These do kind of just look like a normal pair of glasses with some strange lenses on them. When we press to take a video or a photo, we can actually see that little light in the corner there spinning around, and that is just to warn people that this is actually recording or doing something. As soon as it's done, it's done. So then what we can do is we can head over to the Snapchat app. Let me just go and grab my phone and we can do that. So here we are in the Snapchat app. I can pull up and we can see that actually I've got some new things to download from my glasses. It's going to ask to join the Wi-Fi network, and that's how it's going to transfer all of that data. It's going to do it super quickly, and actually I'm pretty impressed by how quickly it manages to pull all of this stuff across. Let's just click import, wait a couple of seconds, and it's all downloaded. Then all we need to do is just tap it, and we can view this content in any orientation that we like. So if we wanted to see a little bit less of the left and right hand side, we can view it in portrait, or we can just flip over to landscape to see a little bit more, or anywhere in between. That is pretty cool, and actually I really like the feature. Along the bottom we also have the ability to turn it 3D and to view it inside of the editor as well, or the 3D glasses that we had there as well. The video quality on these little lenses are actually very good, particularly for 2 years ago. And actually I can see this being a new way for us to start to create content, but not at its current price point. $330 is simply too much for anyone. I actually bought these for under £100 here in the UK, and I would recommend them for that, because this is really the first steps towards that augmented reality future that we've been promised for a very long time. And I'll show you some of the effects and stuff in my full review, and if you're interested to see that, then hit the like button down below, get subscribed and all that good stuff, and you can catch the full review of these 2 years later, because I think these are still as relevant now as they ever have been, particularly with Snapchat and the Snap AR platform and the way that it's moving forwards. It's pretty exciting, and I genuinely cannot wait to get started and get playing with these. So anyway guys, what do you think of the Snapchat Spectacles 3? Would you buy a pair of these, or do you think that it's just a really big gimmick? Let me know in the comment section down below, and of course, my name's been Robert, this has been Review Clue, and I will catch you in the next one. Adios.